Hey cousin, who you chilling with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.
Hey cousins, welcome back to the crib. Your favorite cousin MONIE here. Hope y'all are having a great evening. We have made it to the weekend, so please do me a favor and smash that like button on your way in, and subscribe to the channel if this is your first time here. Would love to have you. Over here we get into the trending topics, the music, news, entertainment, a little bit of the mess, and the meaning behind it all. So cousins, let me start this off by being completely honest with y'all. I have really been trying to limit my Drake content truly, because at this point this man has brought nothing to the hip-hop landscape worth acknowledging besides mess. Like, think about the last few times we even had to talk about him on the channel. It was him addressing being peed on, a rumor from over a decade ago that he finally decided to acknowledge, and then of course the courts demanding that UNG and his legal team sit down for mediation. And that's the type of energy he's been bringing to the ecosystem. And honestly, I'm just really over it, especially after he sat down with Complex and flat out lied about his reasoning behind this whole Iceman rollout. He is trying to get this narrative off that the current state of hip hop is calm seas and nobody is rocking the boat. And it's just like the audacity of that when he is coming off his 69th song since March 2024. And let's not forget, he dropped an album in February of 2025 with Party Next Door. So how are you dropping music nonstop, contributing to nothing but oversaturation and noise, then have the same nerve to say the game is calm right now? Meanwhile, we have 3 rap albums in serious contention for album of the year at the Grammys. Like, it just does not make sense. And this is how ridiculous he is, because to him, if he's not successful, despite again dropping 69 songs, then no one is successful. That's how he sees it, and that's how his fans sees it. When in reality, he's just throwing paint on the wall to see what sticks. Him running around city being chased by 3 Pinocchios and squirting legacy on tables and ketchup and ice does not make you interesting, does not make you mysterious or thought-provoking. This is dog shit material. But like I said, here we are again, Aubrey, because you simply do not know how to put your head down, move in silence, and just work. It always has to be an Instagram performance. It always has to be a narrative play, and it always ends with you throwing shade at the man, but you're just so scared to say his name. But gather around, family, because today we're going to break down exactly what Drake is trying to say with these new posts and why none of it is landing the way he think it is. So first, the Iceman picture. In Top Gun, Iceman represents calmness under pressure, elite skill, a silent killer persona, a man too cool to fold, right? Someone who doesn't react emotionally, someone whose actions speak louder than his words. That's the entire mythology behind the character. So when Drake poses Iceman, he's trying to borrow that symbolism and paste it onto himself. He wants us to believe, I'm calm even when y'all think I shouldn't be. I don't crumble under criticism. I don't respond to negativity because I don't have to. I'm still the ace pilot in this game. I'm playing chess while y'all think I'm playing checkers. He wants to project a persona of someone who is calculating, poised, and above it all. But cousins, the corny part is, if you have to post a fictional character to communicate that you are unbothered, you're not unbothered. People who are calm don't announce it. People who are unfazed don't pick out movie characters to make a point. People who are confident don't need to cosplay as someone who actually is confident. It just comes off like someone desperately trying to convince convince himself of a version of him that no longer or if ever existed. It just looks like a facade and nobody is buying it because the real Iceman didn't need a caption. He didn't need validation. He didn't need theatrics. Drake does, and that's the problem. Now, let's expand on the snowy cemetery. Cousins, this image is doing a lot, but none of it is giving what he wants it to give. A snowy graveyard represents being buried prematurely, being counted out too soon, being abandoned, isolation, being frozen out of the culture, coldness, the silence of death, rebirth through desolation. Drake is trying to use heavy-handed symbolism to say, y'all left me for dead. You think I'm finished. You think my run is over, but I'm alive. Check my posts. I'm not done. I'm just quiet. He wants this imagery to create a dramatic, cinematic sensation of resurrection. He wants to be seen as the underdog people tried to bury. But cousins, the execution is corny as hell because instead of looking mysterious or powerful, it looks like an aesthetic mood board from Pinterest. It doesn't feel like hip hop. It doesn't feel authentic. It feels like a man trying to be deep because the music and messaging aren't deep. And most importantly, nobody believes this symbolism because Drake is not currently operating from a place of clarity or control. You can't scream, I'm alive and well through created metaphors when the culture is louder than your imagery. Nobody is checking for a post because everybody can clearly see the problem. He's not dead, he's just directionless. He doesn't know what he's doing. For him to say, should have checked for my post the way you check for my post, he's basically admitting, y'all not paying attention unless I'm doing something weird. Y'all clown my rollouts more than you respect my music. Y'all think I fell off. He's trying to reclaim control of the narrative, but the irony is that none of this looks controlled. It looks like someone who knows the culture has moved on without him and is scrambling to reinvent himself. And now let's talk about the shade at Kendrick because cousins, we see the vision he's trying to push. Again, isolation, rebirth, mysterious visual symbolism. This is him trying to do the same myth-making Kendrick naturally created in all of his projects and most recently with GNX. But the thing is, Kendrick doesn't try to be mysterious. Kendrick doesn't have to post movie stills to show meaning. Kendrick doesn't have to explain himself in caption. Kendrick drops when the whole culture stops. Drake drops 2 cryptic images and even his fans are confused. This is why people keep saying Drake is pulling from Kendrick's playbook without the depth to actually support it. He wants to be seen as enigmatic, but it comes off like he bought the How to Be Like Kendrick for Dummies book and only read the page 69. The shade is indirect, but it's there. He's basically saying, y'all think Kendrick ended me, but I'm still alive. I'm cold. I'm unfazed. I'm still the real ace pilot in the game. I'm not dead. Y'all just distracted. Because if you have to post a graveyard to prove you're alive, you've already lost the plot. Drake is fighting against a narrative he can't control. He's not the center of the culture right now. He's not setting trends. He's reacting to them. He's not the mysterious Iceman. He's giving, man, who keeps Googling himself to see if people still cares? I know he searches his name on Twitter. And the little jabs towards Kendrick that I'm still here, checks my post energy, it's coming from a place of insecurity, not dominance, because Kendrick isn't thinking about you, Drake. The culture isn't thinking about you. And Drake knows that. That's why these posts feel like a man begging people to take him seriously while trying to look like he's above it all. Cousins, the ice is melting. And instead of warming up, he's doubling down on the theatrics. Drake, we don't care. We know you went incognito because Taylor Swift was outside. Now, a month and a couple weeks later, you feel comfortable to come back outside and you can get your Iceman rollout off. But we are tired. We don't care, bruh. Either drop or shut up. Seriously.
Hey cousin, who you chilling with?
I'm chilling with MONIE.